What's something that can save time in the agency, creating efficient process that keeps it going?
You put me on the spot. How
Sure.
about somebody calls to cancel? If there is not a process in place, somebody could just answer the phone and go, okay, let me handle that for you. Right. But if
Yes.
everybody is trained on exactly what to say in the instance of a cancellation, you can get valuable information.
Insurance dudes are on a mission to escape being handcuffed by our agencies.
How? By uncovering the secrets to creating a predictable, consistent, and profitable agency sales machine.
I am Craig Pretzinger.
I am Jason Feltman.
We are agents.
We are insurance dudes.
Right now, while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
We took our notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies led Craig and I to selling more than $10 million in premium in the last 2 years.
On this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the same results.
Just go to live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
If you jump on this call with us, we're certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there.
All
Nice pearly whites.
You do have them. Look at that. Do you floss regularly too?
I probably could floss better. How about you?
I actually do. I floss and I brush my teeth twice a day. I used to when I was young, and then I was like a smoker, gross in my 20s, and now I'm like opposite. I'm like overly obsessed with maintaining my teeth.
You've got to. You don't want wooden teeth like George Washington.
All right, insurance agency business.
Oh, baby.
So here we go. I got a big four for this one. A big four, starting with the first one. And this is a huge tip that helped out big time with me. And I know it did with you as well. And that is spend at least 2 hours a day working on your business, not in your business.
But Mr. Jason, I don't have time. I'm spending 12 hours a day in the weeds.
Then you better spend 14 and have 2 of those on, or you can back off of doing some of those other things.
Right.
Honestly, and with that being said, to what you said, is it's really important to say no.
Yeah. Set those boundaries.
Yep. It's really important to say no to things.
It's okay to say no.
So out of the big four, it's all about work. So first is working at least 2 hours on the business. So what are the 3 things to work on the business?
Can I just add one thing with the
yes.
to say no? You have to be okay with saying no. My wife says no to me all the time. That's it.
Thank you. Very important there. Love it. Okay, so the top 3 things of spending time on the business is 1, developing processes, efficient processes that will make your agency more efficient.
Right. These are the things that come to mind in the middle of the night. You know, when your mind's spinning, you're racing, you're thinking about something that didn't work or some challenge that happened. Solve it, right? Solve it, write it down, document it, and approach it that way the next time.
And that's when you mention it to your wife and your wife says, stop.
Just say no.
Right? No.
Stop. No.
Number 2, within that time is people. Develop your people.
Yeah.
That's working on. You got to do it. You should not be the best salesperson, the best anything in your agency.
Right.
And if you are, then you need to impart that knowledge by creating processes and then put that knowledge with your people. Have them be the heroes.
Set aside the ego and make them smarter than you.
Yep.
Which is easy for me to do these days.
And number 3 is spend time on keeping the phones ringing. So keeping the lead flow. I don't care what kind of leads. I don't care what you're doing, but make sure that there's either a real line out the door or a virtual line out the door.
Yeah. Our friend of the show, Tolga Demuriel, used to say, make it rain.
Make it rain. And you have to.
Yeah.
What do they say? Sales cures all?
It does.
Right?
It's a panacea.
But it really does. No, it doesn't cure all.
It doesn't cure cancer.
No. And it doesn't
But
cure
it cures
the
a
bad
lot.
culture. But yeah, I mean, it's really the gas that keeps the engine humming.
Yeah. Well, and the art of selling, you may not be selling something monetary, but the ability to have that dialogue and persuade, right?
Yep.
Is priceless.
So now let's go through those three and just give an example. So number one, creating an efficient process. What's something that can save time in the agency, creating an efficient process that keeps it going?
You put me on the spot. How
Sure.
about somebody calls to cancel? If there is not a process in place, somebody could just answer the phone and go, okay, let me handle that for you. Right. But if
Yes.
everybody is trained on exactly what to say in the instance of a cancellation, you can get valuable information. Maybe someone or some other process is dropping the ball so that these cancellations are occurring. Right.
Yep.
You can find out why, what's the reason behind it, and also have that process to save it.
Yep. And to your point, like when you have all that data and you know that it's documented, then you know why everybody's canceling. So it's pretty
Right.
easy to diagnose that and figure out what do I need to do? What's another process to to create in the agency that plugs that hole?
Yeah. And that hole is so slow to move in either direction, right? That you don't see a lot of momentum or traction off of each individual thing. But at the end of the year, it all adds up, right? And
Yep.
the more that you save, the less you have to write in order to really grow. So it's an important thing to look at.
Yep. So moving on to people, developing your people. I mean, I know you have a ton, so you can just
Yeah.
start spitting them.
Well, I mean, we say it all the time. I think one of the most important things that we can do is have that morning meeting every single day and be
Yep.
consistent with it. So often we hear from agents, like especially on the call, like the Wednesday call, we have all the agents together. We bring up the meetings and somebody is struggling with one aspect of the telefunnel and we'll say, how are the meetings? Oh, and there's kind of a backpedaling there. And we'll say, no, you have to have meetings every day, right? It's part of the it's part of the program. If you don't have meetings every day, you don't have your pulse on what's going on, and you can't troubleshoot why these calls aren't going the right way. And so again, little tiny things. You could either have death by a million paper cuts, or you could actually increase the muscle of the selling by slowly getting there.
What about keeping the leads a-flowing, making it rain?
You got to. So as the agency owner, it's so important to be watching that, right? This is part of working on the business. I know both of us pull up our dashboard. We look at our contact rate. We look at our closing percentage. We look at all of the various numbers and analytics associated with each lead vendor or each subset within the vendor. Maybe it's multi-car. Maybe it's just home. Maybe it's monoline auto, whatever different lead source you're purchasing, and making sure that all of those are in line with benchmark metrics.
100%. And that is 4 actionable things that you can take from this playbook today. Those are some of the things that we like to do in our business daily.
What movie?
That's a playbook. A Vogue? Are you voguing?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, gotcha. So for those that are just audio, you can eject.
Or go ahead and pop on over to YouTube's at some point. Hey, what are you still doing here?
Well, while you're still here and while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
Yeah, if you weren't listening before, we took notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies did help Craig and I write over 10 million in premium in the last couple years.
And let me tell you, on this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the very same results.
Again, that's live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
And if you jump on with us, we are certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there.